Amen. The book of Acts, chapter 28. Amen. Say amen when you have it. Amen. And when they were escaped, then they knew that the island was called Melentia. And the barbarous people showed us no little kindness, for they kindled a fire and received us everyone because of the present rain and because of the cold. And when Paul had gathered a bundle of sticks, laid them on the fire, there came a viper out of the heat, and fastened on his hand. And when the barbarians saw the venomous beast hang on his hand, they said among themselves, no doubt, this man is a murderer, whom though he has escaped the sea, yet vengeance suffer not to live. But here we are, and he shook off the beast into the fire and felt no harm. Howbeit, this is the last verse, howbeit they looked when he should have swollen or fallen down dead suddenly, but after they had looked a great while. Tell your neighbor, somebody looking at you. Somebody looking at you. Yeah. One of you gonna make it. One, and can you take it? And after they had looked a great while, that means they staring one day. They saw no harm come to him. They changed their mind. Sometimes that's why I like for folk to look. If you're gonna look, keep looking. Don't judge me on one look. Keep looking. Might not have been at my best when you first looked, but keep looking. I believe if you look long enough, you'll change your first impression of me. They changed their mind and said that he was a God. Pay attention to that. Little g God. Little g. Little g. Amen. Tell your neighbor, shake it off. Shake it off. Shake it off. If there's nothing else you ever learned in life, my brothers and sisters, there are things that you just gotta shake off. The reason you gotta shake it off because you didn't control it. You was not the author of it. You are not the master of it. Amen. You can't do nothing with it but shake it off. Shaking it off connotes that there are times that you need to be able to move beyond where you're at right now. There's some things that may be grasping a hold of you. There's some things that may be trying to kill you. There's some things that may be trying to take your life. But God has given you the ability to what? Shake it off. What is strange about the study of this individual by the name of Paul, he was on a missionary journey and looked like everywhere he went, there was trouble. When he was in Lystra, they got mad, stoned him to death, drug him out the city, and they thought he was dead then. But he did what, y'all? He shook it off. When he shook it off, he kept going forward, but he took time to come back to the same city and let the folk know that had been watching him. I did tell you somebody watching you. When you go through your trials and tribulations, somebody's watching you. When you go through your difficult relationships and you go through your difficult financial situations and when you go through all those things, somebody, if it ain't nobody but your children, somebody is watching you. Can I tell you what me and Anthony got a lot of our fortitude, a lot of our faith from watching our daddy. When our mother died and we knew daddy had to pick up, amen, where her income left off, and she left hospital bills also, and he had to make it somehow, and he would work third shift and come home, sleep an hour, and get on the tractor and run it all day long. We saw what God could do if you trusted. Y'all ain't with me here. We watched him Amen. Not only pay for the house we were in, but we watched him remarry, build another house, pay for 2 houses at the same time. Y'all ain't with me. We also watched my daddy and understood he only got to the 2nd grade. Y'all ain't catching it. Y'all ain't catching it. Amen. Somebody is watching you. Somebody is gaining inspiration by the way you handle yourself. There are times in life, my brother and sister, because you're being watched. Don't cry. Don't fall out. Don't faint. Don't have a fit. Shake it off. I didn't say it was easy to do it, but I stopped by to tell you, you got to do it. Not just for your sake, but for the sake of those that are watching. Oh, that y'all know how heavy this is. Somebody is depending on you. Somebody is dependent on your faith. Somebody is dependent on your courage to give them courage to face what they got to. Y'all want to know why I don't let nothing get me down? You want to know why I keep going? You want to know why I'm so passionate about preaching? Because my understanding that all y'all are watching me. The same man said, follow me as I follow Christ. If I fall, where's your faith going? Y'all ain't with me. If I give up, if I throw in the towel, if I break down in tears, what are you going to do? Shaquille O'Neal, everybody know who Shaquille O'Neal is. Shaquille O'Neal was talking on ESPN once about coaches. And he said, what make a great coach is when things are real bad. He said, if the coach don't panic, the players won't panic. He said, but if the coach panic, the players gonna be in disarray. I don't mean to toot the horn, but you know, when Miami Heat in game 6 were down 5, with just a few seconds left, and they were rolling out the trophy to get to San Antonio, amen, the coach didn't panic. So the players kept playing. They didn't panic. They kept playing. Y'all ain't saying that. And Ray Allen had been missing all night long. But he shook it off on one shot. See, that's what's great about life. You can be catching hell all your life, but all it takes is for one time for you to shake it off, straighten it up, and shoot it right. Look at the name and say it's overtime now. It's overtime. Should have been dead, should have been over with, but now we're in overtime. Good God. Y'all gonna see me? Read the text. It says, after they survived the sea, they had already been in a storm called a Eurocodon. They had already suffered. They had been fasting and praying. Ship had been ripped apart. The soldier began to contemplate killing the prisoners. But God kept them. Y'all ain't with me. And the Bible said, the one that could swim, swam. But the one that could swim, that's the one I'm in. I'm in the can't swim category. The one that could swim, they had to grab a hold to a piece of the ship. I wish I had somebody in here. Amen. You might not have, $100,000 a year job. You might just have a piece of a job. But if you got Jesus and the piece, don't have a witness here. Anybody here making it on Jesus and a piece? You ain't got a whole job. You got a piece of a job. God pay you just enough to get to the next week. Anybody else in here from paycheck to paycheck? Don't let a paycheck get canceled because you in trouble. Do I have a witness here? Can anybody here still making it on Jesus and a piece? They survived. Coming in the shore, holding on to a piece. Watch this. A piece of what used to be whole. A piece of something that used to carry them safely. A piece of something that used to keep them from getting wet, but now has been torn apart. You can say what you want. Life has a way of just falling apart on you sometimes. You ain't got to do nothing wrong. You can just be in the wrong place at the wrong time. life will fall apart. I don't mean to bring up no drug or no bad memories, but you know, I like to remember some of the bad time because it allows me to see the power of God. Y'all are with me? Because when I am weak, when I'm at my worst, God is strong and God is at his best. Y'all is saying that we sang that song, guide me, oh thou great Jehovah, pilgrim in this barren land. I am what? Weak, but thou mighty. Hold